Good afternoon, friends. Today I'm going to speak on a topic which I was questioned yesterday after a Rosa Aftar function. I was asked that, sir, whole day you starve yourself for food, water, and abstain yourself so in a month of May. Is it really spiritual or divine? Why do you do that? So today I'm going to talk about the true meaning of abstinence in Ramzan. Obviously, in my understanding, whatever I have read, whatever I have interacted with intellectuals or the people who are well read, so my understanding of on today I'm going to speak on the true meaning of abstinence in Ramzan. My dear friends, there are two hadiths, whatever Prophet said or did is called hadith, which illustrates the true spirit of Ramzan, the month of fasting. The Prophet forbade believers from engaging in uninterrupted fasting. He also said that beware of continuous fast. Beware of continuous fast repeatedly in Sahih Muslim as well as in Al Muwatta. The focus of month is to train the believer. It is not to accumulate rewards by increasing the number of fasts observed. Because if that was the case, the Prophet of Islam would not have discouraged continuous fasting. The purpose of fasting is rather to be an annual refresher course for training the mind of the believer so that he may become a spiritual member of the society. Ramzan is considered a month of restraint with an adherent of when an adherent of Islam strives to foster good wishes and care for humankind and develop pity in himself. The Prophet once exclaimed, "It is not good for a man upon whom Ramzan enters and then passes before he was purified." Trimiti. The purification becomes internalized for a whole lifetime as the believer undergoes training fast for a specified period of time during Ramzan. Abstinence from food, water, and sex is just a symbolic act. It, in effect, represents a resolve that just as we relinquish food and water for a month, we shall henceforth similarly abstain forever from any practice deemed as spiritually undesirable. While the training fast lasts for a month, the real fast continues for a lifetime. The meaning of the real fast is to give up negativity, malice, and hatred for life. We must refrain from feeling offended by and vengeful and negative towards fellow human beings. The actual focus of Ramzan is to train the mind of the believer on spiritual principles which can be applied in everyday's life. While the Prophet of Islam referred fasting as a short-term symbolic activity, he did not say this of acts that call for ridding one's mind of negative thinking, refraining from anger, and so on. All such forms of restraints are to be eternally observed. According to Hadith, a person once asked the Prophet of Islam for a master advice, one single lifetime master advice. The Prophet replied, "Do not be angry." And repeated, "Do not be angry." It's recorded in Al-Bukhari too, besides in Sahih Muslim. The Prophet certainly encouraged leaving off anger for one's lifetime, just like other negative compulsions such as hatred, revenge, and malice. Shunning these evils is an act of fasting, and this must last an entire lifetime. Observing fast during Ramzan, bearing in mind all of the things I've spoken to, is akin to revolutionizing one's life to the point of consciously undertaking a renewed spiritual journey. The Quran alludes to this. Color yourself in the hue of God. Spirituality and positive thinking are the hues of God. During Ramzan, man imbibes the desired spiritual principles, which he is subsequently expected to observe in his personal, societal, and national affairs for the rest of his life. My dear friends, for a believer, Ramzan is a process of rejuvenation with the power to become a guide for life, teaching him to abstain from that is negative and violent and to adopt that which is peaceful and positive. One who has observed the fast of Ramzans in their true spirit can count on being able to draw upon the reservoir of resilience he has built up and the power of patience and gratitude inculcated in him or her, which will stand by him or her whenever he or she is faced with any kind of adversity or difficult times. My dear friends, the true meaning of abstinence of Islam is just to prepare you mentally so that you can face all the challenging times, all the challenges of life, all the difficult times with peace and patience. Thank you very much. We shall continue. Take care. Jai Hind.